It seems everyone is Irish on St. Paddy's Day, but here on the South Shore, many of us do in fact come from Irish heritage. So it's no wonder that within our 4 communities, we are home to world-ranking Irish step dancers. And during this time of the year, their feet and themselves are very, very busy.
March is a very busy time around Dunleavy Shaffer, and for all Irish dancing schools, we call it March Madness. It's our own version of March Madness. We do a lot of performances from nursing homes to larger scale. We're going to be performing with Ronan Tynan. He's one of the Irish tenors, and he'll be performing at Memorial Hall in Plymouth, and we'll be kicking off his performance. We have a group of 16 dancers that will be doing a original choreography for that show, which they'll also be doing at the World Championships. So it should be a really fun event, and it's just a really busy time and lots of fun for all the kids at all levels.
One of the stories we often tell at St. Patrick's Day, we do a lot of performances, and the legends we like to share, that a fesh, which is that word for competition, was originally a Sunday afternoon festival. It would be after Mass. So historically, everyone would wear their Sunday best. The girls would have had their hair set that day, and that would be the one day of the week they'd end up with curly hair. So they had their curls, they had their best dress, they would get up and perform for the mayor or the earl or whoever was in charge of their town. And then awards were given out, and it really developed from there.
So some dancers at our school decide not to compete and just to do performances and shows and just come to class because they love dancing so much. And a lot of our dancers decide to go to local competitions, which we call a fesh, and they're held all around the region, all through Massachusetts, New York, Connecticut, all over the place. You could go to a fesh every day of the week if you really wanted to. And they eventually progress from step about, which is just the little tiny 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, to beginner, advanced beginner. And then they move up to different levels called novice and prize winner. And then they get into championships, called preliminary and open championships. And then once they get through those levels, they can qualify to go to the regional championships, which is called the Oireachtas. That's an Irish word for championships. And then they qualify then to go to the nationals, which is North America, Canada, and the US and Mexico. And then from there, either the regionals or the nationals, they can qualify to go to the World Championships. And they're held every year around Easter time, either in Ireland, England, and for the last couple of years they've been held in North America as well. So this year they'll be in Montreal, Canada, and we have 11 dancers qualified to go to Worlds that will be competing at the World Championships. So we're very proud of all they've accomplished through all those levels of dance.
It's a great area for Irish step dancing because there's so many families with Irish heritage, and a lot of these families have ancestors that came over, moved to Boston ages ago. They often grew up in Dorchester and then have spread out further into the South Shore. So it's called the Irish Riviera, or we joke about it. It's like something that the parents did, their grandparents did, and it's just part of their culture. So when a child is of a certain age, they think, okay, well, let's go sign up for Irish dance lessons.
Well, it was like a family thing, really. My grandmother, she really liked Irish step dancing and got me and my sisters into it, and I just fell in love with it ever since I was 4 years old and just kept going.
When I was younger, Irish dancing was not anywhere near as popular, but when Riverdance and Lord of the Dance became popular, it was like every dance class doubled in size and everybody wanted to try it, and so that made it internationally known. That really, I think, changed the market everywhere in the world, and so Irish dancing was, competing with ballet and tap and all these other activities that kids across America will sign up for, whether they're Irish or not.
I compete, I'm in open, which is like the highest level in competition.
You guys competed with girls from Ireland?
Yeah, all over the world.
Yeah. How many times have you been to the World Championships?
I've been to the World Championships twice. Once in Belfast and once in Boston. This is my 3rd World Championships this year, and I've competed in 6 national championship competitions.
when you look at an Irish dancing solo dress, you're not going to look at it and think, yes, that looks Irish. It doesn't necessarily. But it did evolve from that Sunday best and including a lot of the Celtic knotwork and those traditions. And that's where the curly hair comes from too. So it was a tradition, and then the wigs became a part of it in the 90s. And when you're competing, if the girls from Ireland are wearing giant wigs with the big sparkly tiara, well then I better get a giant wig for my kids, because that's who we're up against. So we're really trying to imitate and do what they do so that we can compete at that level.
This is a big deal.
It is.
I love the pageantry, the costumes.
It's gorgeous.
A lot of fun.
You know, I've been a dance teacher and choreographer for over 2 decades, and I know how difficult Irish step dancing is. A lot of people have no idea how hard it is. And those girls are just superlative. And we're so proud of them here on the South Shore.
We are indeed. Thank you.